We are newlywed. David, thanks for that. You know, Jay, no stranger to controversy.
And I can see the reasoning from both sides. I don't think Jay tries to be a lightning rod for controversy, but he doesn't shy away from it either.
Here are the...
You know, it's hard. I think a lot of those guys, they're looking at, I would say now we're talking about load management for those type of teams. They're just trying to make sure their bodies, their minds are ready for that run. But usually those championship teams, they understand, they're motivated by winning. They get it together at the right time.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Ilyasova's checked in. Giannis, that's a two-pointer. Atlanta with the rebound. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one.
Well, these two teams will see plenty of each other as this is the first of 4 contests between them this year.
They know each other very well, and they'll be getting to know each other a lot better by season's end.
6 to shoot. Pass to Jack. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. And it's a tie ball game.
Even though he's an elite scoring talent, Young finds ways to involve his teammates.
Matthews, no one around him. Off target with his 3.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Young taking his time here. Passes to Jack. Outside Collins. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. And here's Young from the arc. Shot clock reset for the Hawks. Outside Jack. Kicks it to Young. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Jump ball. So it's the Hawks now. Outside Jack takes a 3. Gets hauled in by Ilyasova. Milwaukee has gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Giannis, no good.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
No good from Jack.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Ilyasova against Jack, and the shot goes in. Jack's got his second bucket of the night.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Antetokounmpo. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Bulls in Chicago. 3 seconds left. Can't capitalize inside. Tie game in Atlanta. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Already a superstar, Antetokounmpo talked about how much more he can improve.
I'm just trying to focus on the court.
I think he's already a top 5 player. With his skill set and physical tools, he can be an all-time great.
He's shown the dedication. I think he's only going to get better.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
They've got Bembry, Parker out there with Chandler Parsons. Then it's Reddish, and it's Jack in at the points. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the reigning MVP. He's the second Bucks player to win it since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And he's the third youngest MVP in league history. Kevin, he's just scratching the surface of what he'll do in this league.
You said it, D.A., and some good facts in your report, too. Thank you. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Well, one thing you can say about the Hawks, they have drafted well over the past few seasons. Stole John Collins at pick 19, traded back for Trae Young, and the Herter selection. The rebuild may not be long in Atlanta.
Chris Middleton's checked in for Ilyasova. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Matthews with it. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. In the corner, Ilyasova with it. Over Collins. And he overshot that one, missing. And Steve, the Hawks not only identify talent, they identify guys who will excel in their established system.
And that system is finding value with shooters. They also look for guys who bring the energy and also bring the effort. The size of the player isn't as important as the heart.
Ilyasova dishes to Antetokounmpo. That's good. A tough shooting night. He's 2 for 8 and looking for more.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Young against Bledsoe. Shots good from Young. Young's got his first bucket in this one.
Trae Young's a crafty operator from mid-range, really from any range.
Ilyasova against Len. Ilyasova finds Lopez. 5 on the clock. Here's Young. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They've came in focused, and they've executed.
And really, the ceiling for Antetokounmpo is limitless. I mean, he has the potential to be a Hall of Famer one day.
Chris Middleton has been on display.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has. Some teams changing it up here. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Well, lately we have seen star players changing teams more often. Shorter contracts, player options. Smitty, is there any downside to any of that?
You know, I think the downside is from a fan standpoint, you get invested in a player and he's moved in like 2 or 3 years. I think it should be where if a player wants to sign a longer-term contract with the organization, that should be a rule in play. But right now with these shorter contracts and player options, there's going to always be a lot of movement.
Setting the floor for the Bucks, they've got Robin Lopez. Hill is out there with Kyle Korver. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Connaughton in at the small forward position.
Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
Jack for 3, sinks the triple. Jack's got 9.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Hill passes to Lopez. He dishes it to Antetokounmpo. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Jabari Parker.
You know, the improvement we've seen over the last few seasons with Giannis is incredible. I mean, he just keeps adding to an already superstar level game.
Reddish, he's checked in for Alan Cramp. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Bucks leading by 13. The pass to Antetokounmpo, and that one is good. He's got 14.
Yes, sir.
And you know, Greg, this last season, Giannis improving on his rebounding and his passing.
Career highs for him in both of those areas. If he ever adds a deep shot, I'm not sure how you guard him.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. For Atlanta, they have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
And Jack drops them both. And Greg, after this season, Antetokounmpo will be eligible to sign a Supermax extension. The Bucks want him to stay happy.
The loss of Malcolm Brogdon last summer definitely stung. Trying to control costs, but you don't want to take a step back with Giannis's decision looming.
Parsons on the wing. Parker against Korver. Shot by Jack. Wide open and good as it just snugs right down through the net. And here's Hill, who will bring it up for the Bucks. They led by as many as 18 points. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Giannis drives in. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Giannis has got 9 points now in just the second half. Here's Jack. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's got his 8th rebound here tonight. The teardrop falls in. Antetokounmpo's got 18 points.
And how about the initiative there from Antetokounmpo? Excellent at seeing lanes to the basket and then just taking advantage.
And so it's Milwaukee feeling good about. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Collins at power forward with Len at center. Then it's Trae Young. Then it's Reddish. And it's Jack in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Shot clock at 6. No good from Bledsoe.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Reddish kicks to Len. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most...
And the Bucks with some changes. Robin Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Antetokounmpo comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Korver in for Matthews. Back to Young. Jack against Korver. Now here is Jack. Defense right on him. And here's Young from the arc. The three-pointer is right on target.
He's calm, he's confident. Young has that it factor.
Milwaukee leading by 16.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Bucks.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He really played at his preferred pace, never let adjustments by the defense speed him up or slow him down.
Here's Jack, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Fast break, Milwaukee. And it's Bledsoe, that time on the assist from Antetokounmpo. And the Bucks lead by 15. Here's Atlanta now. Outside Jack. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. Jack inside the line. That one off the back iron and out.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
And it also shows you how difficult this game is. He's just a little bit off, but it can result in missing everything.
Clock at 6. DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win to come into the opponent's building. Dominant the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all around.
Glad to do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
All right, little piece.
Hey, Che, you got a second?
Yeah, what's up?
This is your first time leading the...
I think you have to earn that over time.
All right, Che, you remember Reese from Gatorade?
It's nice to see you.
Hey, how you been, man?
Hey, man. Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man. Screen, screen, screen. Set up, set up. Who got ball? Who got ball? Hey, yo, 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 right here, right here. Hey, I'll see you later.
Let's get to work. Here's what we're going to do.
Turn it up! Turn it up! I see you! I see you! Who's got ball? Hit me up.
Let's get to work. Here's what we're going to do.
Get started, man. Let's get started. Who's watching him? See you later.
Let's get to work. Here's what we're going to do.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man. Hey, good ball. Hey, hit me up.
Character to the game.
first thing I've noticed is you guys added a lot of animations. The dribbling system is quite different from last year's. The defense, the foot planning. The foot planning this year is off the charts, man. It's like when you reach, it's your fault. When you didn't read the defense right, it's your fault. Your opponent might score on you. So yeah, it's more. It gets realistic every time, every year. So I'm so excited.
Shady, thank you for joining us so much.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through a chip. And with thanks, David. Shea is marketable, Greg, as they get.
And I'm not too surprised that Shea's already landing sponsors. I mean, he has the game, the personality, and he has a lot of...
Season. Do you think that's going to happen?
I don't think it's going to happen.
Would you like to see it happen?
I like there's some percolating ideas out there that it might, and the idea of a 70-game season to me, it sounds really healthy. It sounds healthy for the players.
Healthy's a great word to use.
It sounds healthy for the coaching staff. It sounds healthy for the league, and it sounds healthy for the competition that you're going to get. Those 70 games, that needs some elevated play throughout the course of a regular season.
That's a great number. The Hawks have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
Kennard, he's checked in for Detroit.
This could go down as the win-win trade of the draft over the last 3 or 4 years. The 5th pick in 2018, Trae Young traded on draft day for Luka Doncic, and they might have put a little chip on his shoulder, one that he played with in the second half of his rookie season.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Parker's shot is off.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot often.
Young against Jackson. Shots good from Young.
Such a precise player. When Young notices those kind of openings, he definitely is looking to attack.
Jackson passes to Doumbouya. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's Griffin. Drummond trying to get himself free. And Drummond is right there.
Man, he's got that touch working tonight, shooting the ball very well to start this one.
The Hawks trail by 10. Young taking his time here. Now here is Jack. D right on him. Connects on the 17-footer.
Well, looking into the gaps of the defense there, he's not going to miss many of those when he gets to that range.
Outside Jackson. Fires the 3. Atlanta with the rebound. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, you could see they were pressing in that one, and the shooting percentages dipped because of it.
Yeah, I'll say anytime you're having trouble getting over that 40% field goal mark, it's probably not going to be your night.
Detroit leading by 6. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. That shot missing. Good defensive work there by Young. Parker dishes to Young. Pass to Jack. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Reggie Jackson.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
And Jack drops them both. From deep three-point range, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Pistons lead by 4. And we'll be back. Andre Drummond says he's learned how to be a leader on this.
Watching previous guys who've led this team.
And, you know, Greg, with Blake Griffin, he's got somebody to take some of that leadership role alongside him.
And those two will be pivotal in deciding just how good this team can be.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Guys, what do you think so far from what we've seen from the Pistons?
Just stretching out the floor in that first, they had the defense scrambling.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. We've got Reddish, Chandler Parsons out there with Carter, and it's Bembry in at the 3 slot. Kennard, the pass to Rose. The shot's good. Rose has got 8.
And you love to see Rose aggressively looking to score on the inside.
And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
Jack against Rose. Here's Kennard. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. When it comes to hustle, effort, who would you put on the floor to get those 50-50 points? Just so
Let me get big man. Hey, when it comes off, grab it, baby.
Hey, just box out, box out.
Hey, put the body on him. Put the body on him.
Hawks will go for a different look here. Seven seconds left in the first half. Left side, Griffin. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Pistons ahead.
Thanks very much.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll... We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Andre Drummond has been sensational.
And those extra chances mean so much, and he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
And the team appreciating all of that dirty work going on. His activity has been phenomenal.
On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Rose is out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Doumbouya in at the small forward. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. Basket good.
And such a tough cover off the dribble is Derrick Rose. When he stops short for the pull-up, you're really at his mercy.
Len finds Young. Steps back and fires. That one good for 2. Young's got 6.
And I like the subtle adjustment he made to create a little space for that one.
Yeah, that's an awesome finish there for sure. Not allowing that big guy to have his way or alter the shot.
Parker surveying the floor. Banked in off the glass. He's got 7.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
For Detroit, they have shot 50% from the line on 10 attempts. That's a few too many misses.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1 3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. And the Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
We sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much.
And when Rose gets going and gets this kind of confidence offensively, you're in trouble. He can just flat out take over a game.
To the inside, Jack makes it off the glass. Jack's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, they've only missed 1 out of their first 5 shots here in the second half, guys. Their offense really moving well, ball snapping, and the shooting looks to be in great rhythm.
Here's Griffin. Outside for Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Over Collins. And the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got 10 points in the game.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Morris is checked in for Drummond. Christian Wood comes in for Blake Griffin. And Tony Snell subbed in for Doumbouya.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
At least in the second half they have been. The first half wasn't played anywhere near this intense.
Pass to Morris. On its way from Rose for 2. Parsons with the rebound.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Something sapped them of their energy defensively since halftime. In the first half, out there scrambling, running, hustling. Since then, not so much.
Wood kicks to Jackson. Morris trying to free himself up. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket. Atlanta's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Jackson against Jack. The feed to Parsons. Pass to Collins. Here's Herter. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Shot by Collins, no good.
I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
Snell, that's good.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
We've got 28 seconds left in the third. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, easy call.
The Hawks have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. That free throw missing. Kennard, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Then for the Hawks, Jabari Parker's checked in for Collins. And it's Reddish in for Carter.
They're ahead, but if they don't get a stop here, that free throw could prove critical.
Rose against Jack. Got a piece of it. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. It's stolen by Jack. And it's good, 2 points. Jack's got 16.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
And here's Rose from deep. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Hawks lead by. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
keep working the baseline behind the defense.
For the Pistons, Andre Drummond's checked in for Tony Snell. Blake Griffin comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Rose. Jackson deciding where to go with it. It's stolen by Jack. On the court for Atlanta. Collins a power forward with Len at center. Then it's Jabari Parker. Then it's Trae Young. And it's Jack in at the 2. On the pass to Wood. Now Morris. 6 to shoot. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Just a much smaller defender on him. He does the exact thing at the right moment. Goes straight to the rim.
For the Pistons, Doumbouya comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Rose in for Wood. And free throw good for Morris. The Hawks trail by 11. Young passes to Jack. And it's sent back by Morris.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Pistons.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Andre Drummond.
Just a force on the glass. Did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
Jackson down low, defended by Young.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
You want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one?
And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Detroit Pistons. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance.
I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, I'm David Aldridge. This is Mr. Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.
This is Hank and the Hornet.